Imagine a person, maybe someone you know, maybe it's even you, trapped in a cycle of constant complaints. Every day brings new frustrations, and every moment feels like a struggle. At work, it's the workload or the coworkers who never listen. At home, it's the stress of bills, chores, and responsibilities that pile up endlessly. This person finds something wrong with every situation, no matter how big or small. Complaining has become second nature, like a shadow they carry wherever they go. But what if I told you that this habit of complaining, this constant focus on what's wrong, could be sabotaging your future in ways you've never imagined? What if, while airing out our frustrations, we're unintentionally building walls that block our growth and inner peace? Complaining can feel so natural, can't it? A way to release tension, to feel understood, or even just a momentary relief from whatever's stressing us out. But behind each complaint, there's a hidden cost, one that's subtle yet powerful. You may not see it at first, but it's there, quietly influencing your perspective, your relationships, even your own sense of happiness. Today, we'll journey through a story that reveals the hidden consequences of negativity and the dangers of losing ourselves to constant dissatisfaction. As you listen, consider how this message might resonate with your life or someone you know. What if the very act of complaining could rob you of something precious? Your peace, your potential, your sense of purpose. And what if the answer to escaping this trap lies within you, right now, waiting to be discovered? In this story, we'll follow a man who, like many of us, is deeply unsatisfied. His desire to escape his life leads him to a wish he doesn't fully understand, and the result is a lesson that will resonate with anyone searching for a life free from the cycle of complaints. So let's dive in and see where his journey takes us, and maybe, just maybe, it will inspire you to reframe how you view your own challenges. Our story begins with a man who feels weighed down by life. No matter how hard he tries, nothing seems to go his way. Problems appear in every corner, and no amount of effort or patience brings him relief. Every day is a struggle. Every task feels like a burden. His thoughts echo with complaints. Why is life so unfair? Why do I have to carry this weight? Why can't things ever go right for me? One day, as he wanders through a park, caught in his usual cloud of frustration, he glances up and sees an eagle soaring freely above him. The bird glides effortless, wings spread wide, catching the wind without a care in the world. There's a grace to it, a freedom that captivates him. He watches in envy, thinking, if only I could be as free as that eagle. No stress, no worries, just open skies. This idea plants a seed in his mind. The thought grows, twisting into a wish he can't shake. If only I could escape this life. If only I could leave all my problems behind and be free, just like that eagle. Suddenly, he hears a voice, a deep, ethereal tone that seems to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. Are you certain, human? Would you truly give up everything you are to live the life of an eagle? Startled, he looks around, but sees no one. The voice continues, resonating in his mind. Once you make this choice, you cannot go back. You will live as an eagle, with no memory of being human, no chance to return. Do you accept? Without a second thought, he responds, yes. I'm tired of this life. I want to be free. And in an instant, he feels his body transform. He becomes weightless, his arms spread wide as wings, and his vision sharpened, allowing him to see the world from a new, expansive perspective. He is no longer a man but an eagle, soaring through the skies, finally free from the burdens that once held him down. At first, everything is perfect. He feels an exhilaration he's never known, flying through the open skies, feeling the wind rush beneath his wings. No more bills, no more deadlines, no more stress. He is free, alive, and unstoppable. For days, he revels in this new life. He soars high, marveling at the world from above, basking in the joy of his newfound freedom. But soon, as night falls, he realizes he needs a place to rest. Unlike a human who can return home and settle into a warm bed, he must now find shelter in the wild. Building a nest becomes his first challenge. He gathers branches, struggling to piece them together against the element. It's harder than he thought, but eventually, he succeeds and settles down for the night. However, the comfort is temporary. In the days that follow, he faces another need: food. As a human, he never worried about finding his next meal. But now, as an eagle, survival depends on his ability to hunt. He spends hours searching, eyes scanning the ground for prey, but success doesn't come easily. The first time he catches a small, injured bird, he feels a pang of guilt but pushes it aside, reminding himself that he must survive. Days pass, and each hunt drains him. Hunger gnaws at him, his body growing weaker as he struggles to adapt to the relentless demands of survival. The freedom he once cherished now feels overshadowed by the harsh realities of life as an eagle. One day, as he's resting in his nest, a fierce storm rolls in. The wind howls, rain lashes down, and his carefully built nest is destroyed in the chaos. He tries to take shelter but is injured in the process. With an injured wing, he finds it even harder to hunt, and the strength he once felt begins to wane. As the days stretch on, he faces attacks from other birds. A group of crows harasses him, pecking at his weakened body. He tries to escape, but he's no longer the strong, agile creature he once was. Weak and unable to defend himself, he can't even fly high enough to escape the relentless attacks. Eventually, he finds himself grounded, hiding beneath a rocky ledge, his body bruised and his spirit broken. For the first time, he feels a deep regret. The life he once thought was miserable now seems like a gift compared to this struggle for survival. As a human, he had shelter, food, and even the ability to find help when he was hurt. As an eagle, he has nothing but the brutal forces of nature pressing down on him. In his final moments, he closes his eyes and thinks of his former life, the life he'd abandoned so quickly in search of freedom. He remembers the simple comforts, the support he had, the things he once took for granted. A wave of sadness and understanding washes over him as he realizes the truth. He'd spent so long complaining about his life that he never stopped to appreciate what he already had. And with that, his journey as an eagle ends, a stark reminder of the dangers of longing for a life that isn't ours and the importance of accepting our own unique paths, challenges, and strengths. The story of the man and the eagle serves as a powerful reminder. Sometimes, in our darkest moments, we look at others and see only what we think we're missing. We idealize the lives of others, assuming they must be free of pain, free of challenges, free of hardship. But every life, every path, comes with its own trials. The man envied the eagle's freedom, but he failed to see the struggles it faced until he lived it. Think about it. How often do we look at our own lives and focus only on what's wrong? The things we don't have, the struggles we wish would go away, the qualities we think are missing. We complain about our jobs, our relationships, our daily responsibilities, without realizing how each one plays a role in shaping us, teaching us, even protecting us. This story brings to light a powerful truth. Acceptance of our own lives is one of the most liberating things we can do. The man in our story only realized this when it was too late. But you don't have to wait for a drastic change or a loss to understand the value of what you already have. As humans, we have the ability to seek help, to form connections, to share our burdens with others. We have shelter, support system, and even the capacity for change if we're willing to work for it. But when we're trapped in a cycle of complaints, we lose sight of these things. Complaining narrows our view, turning our attention away from solutions, away from growth, and onto the small, temporary frustrations that cloud our perspective. Instead of focusing on what we lack, what if we turned our attention to what we can gain from each experience? Rather than complaining about a difficult situation, we could ask, what is this teaching me? Or how can this make me stronger? Acceptance doesn't mean settling for a life without improvement or growth. It doesn't mean ignoring our ambitions or desires for change. Acceptance means acknowledging where we are, seeing the value in our current life, and understanding that every struggle, every challenge, is part of a larger journey. Complaining, on the other hand, blinds us to this truth, keeping us stuck in a loop of dissatisfaction, blocking our ability to truly experience life as it is. Complaining may seem like a harmless habit, but it can actually block our growth in subtle, powerful ways. It keeps us in a state of resistance, focused on what's wrong rather than what's possible. Imagine the freedom that comes from acceptance, a sense of peace that isn't dependent on perfection, a sense of purpose that isn't hindered by setbacks. Acceptance allows us to approach life's challenges with a sense of curiosity rather than resentment. We begin to see obstacles not as barriers but as stepping stones, opportunities to learn, to adapt, and to grow. Instead of dreading challenges, we come to understand that they are essential parts of our journey. So, ask yourself, are you truly appreciating the life you have, with all its ups and downs, or are you stuck in a cycle of complaints? Are you living in a way that honors your unique strengths and circumstances, or are you caught up in comparing yourself to an ideal that may not even exist? Acceptance is the key that unlocks a life of purpose and peace. It helps us find contentment in the present moment, while still allowing room for growth. When we learn to accept and value our own path, we stop wishing for someone else's and begin to appreciate the journey we're on, with all its lessons and gifts. The story of the man who longed to be an eagle shows us a profound truth. Real freedom and peace come not from escaping our lives, but from embracing them fully. When we accept our lives, we find the strength to navigate our unique challenges, to grow from them, and to appreciate the journey itself. The man thought that becoming an eagle would set him free, but he learned the hard way that every life has its burdens, and no escape is ever truly free of struggle. So, as you reflect on this story, consider this. What if you could live without the habit of complaining? What if, instead of focusing on what's wrong, you started to appreciate what's right? What if, instead of wishing for another life, you chose to fully accept and embrace your own? Acceptance doesn't mean we stop dreaming or striving for improvement. It means that, even as we work toward our goals, we remain grounded and grateful for where we are. Acceptance allows us to find purpose and peace in the present moment, even as we continue to grow and evolve. Remember, each complaint is a choice to focus on the problem instead of the solution, a choice to dwell on dissatisfaction instead of gratitude. And each choice we make shapes our future. By choosing acceptance, by finding strength in our struggles and value in our circumstances, we begin to unlock a life that is both fulfilling and peaceful. So next time you feel the urge to complain, pause and ask yourself, is this helping me grow? Is this bringing me peace? Often, you'll find that the answer lies in shifting your perspective from what's missing to what's possible, from frustration to curiosity, and from complaint to gratitude. If this story resonated with you, consider taking a moment to think about the areas of your life where acceptance could make a difference. And if you're ready to move forward without the weight of complaints, I invite you to join this community on a journey of self-growth and peace. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's start a conversation about the challenges you're ready to accept and the freedom you're ready to embrace.